Fast and Furious 8. Charlize Theron, hello. I know, sorry, it was a bit of Indonesian there.
No,
but would you like to say hi to everyone in Indonesia?
Hi, everybody in Indonesia.
Hey. Now, I'm curious, how is it the first time you got offered to play it in Fast Furious 8? How did you react? Because I heard you're a fan of Fast and Furious.
I am, yeah. I was really honored, you know, to be asked to come in and do the first female villain in just a franchise that's been so successful all over the world. That's a huge honor, yeah.
You just got a call directly from Gary since you worked with him before?
No, actually, Universal is where my production deal is. Yeah. I love working at that studio. And some of the head of the studio I was working on another film for them, and they started the conversation maybe 4 years ago. So it was way before Gary came on, yeah. And we didn't even know what it would be, but they were kind of sussing out my temperature, and I said, if it works, I would be very interested. And then we figured it out. We made it work.
And the first female villain was really, you played it really well. And what was the strength of Cypher? The strength to make everything goes, ah!
I think she's dangerous because she knows how to pick on people's vulnerabilities. And I think that makes for dangerous people. To know how to do it and also be so openly willing to do it. And she goes after Dom's vulnerabilities in a way that nobody's ever in this film. And it makes her very dangerous. And I mean, she's a psychopath.
No, but one thing I have to know, because she played the villain really well, the Cypher. Now I want to know, like, as a mother, which type of mother are you? Like, when your kids are making problems, do you raise your voice, or did you just put a, you know?
We were actually just talking about, mothers and how parents are, and I think I'm a little bit of everything. I think that I love my children unconditionally, and I want them to feel safe. But trust me, yes, I have days where I've probably screamed too loud, and other days where they just kind of. My children are so funny. Actually, when I get really angry, they laugh at me, which makes me even angrier. So I think they're the little ciphers. They're like, they figured me out. So they totally manipulate me, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so there was a romantic scene between you and Finn. And like, well, it wasn't a romantic, but it was
nothing romantic.
Nothing romantic, but everyone watching was like, ah! Remember yesterday when we were watching it together, everyone was shouting. Yeah. And how many takes was that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Nothing was a crazy amount of takes. I feel like the crew just kind of have everything figured out so well on these films. And yeah, Gary doesn't shoot that many takes, so it was okay.
All right, so now talking about Fast and Furious, what is your favorite car?
I kind of dig the tanks.
What?
I know. I kind of like the big tanks a lot.
The tanks?
Yeah.
But you didn't get the chance to.
I did not get the chance to drive any of them. But I had like a moment where I was like, oh, to drive a tank on like an ice lake would be really fun.
But in real life, you drive a sedan or.
I have an SUV because of the kids and the dogs and you got to fit the whole family in on weekends, excursions. And then during the week, I just drive a smaller car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Selamat pagi dahsyat. Semoga pagi ini menyenangkan dan juga menyegarkan ya. Nirina akan ngasih yang menyegarkan lagi nih. Ada seorang aktor yang filmnya akan keluar sebentar lagi, Fast Furious 8. Ini adalah Jason Statham. Hello. Hi. Would you like to say hi to everyone in Indonesia?
Hi, Indonesia.
Yeah. So, I would like to talk to you about the fighting scene at the prisons. Oh my God, it's so intense. And how long does it take? I mean, like, the shoot.
A sequence like that is very complicated because, there's a lot of extras. There's all the prison guards. There's, there's the complication of trying to maneuver everybody and keep everybody quiet. And so it takes a few days. I think that one took maybe 4 days. And then the second unit has maybe a couple of pickup days where they can shoot stuff that we didn't get. So, yeah, probably about 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Did you get injured like there? Because like you were jumping.
I'm already injured before I turn up. You know, it's you get to wear them. They're almost like you know, tattoos that you get on your arm. Okay. It's like another injury there. Okay, that one's going to be around for a while. Okay. You know, it's you just get these things that sort of come back and they stick around. It's you pull a hamstring, it takes a while for it to heal. You know, you're always twisting your knee or your shoulder, your neck. There's always something that gets banged, and it's yeah, it's what we do.
Well, I got to get ready for that because I need to know. I'm going to be doing an action movie myself too, so I need tips from you.
Tips, don't do it.
No, I've been doing it. Yes, hamstring, necks, and everything, bruises. But then again, how did you do the preparation?
You know, it's if you're going to be doing anything, if you've got. You know, I've been an athlete for my whole career. You know, I was an athlete before I was an actor. You know, I used to do diving and gymnastics and martial arts since I was a kid. You know, my dad was a good gymnast. He taught me how to do tumbling and trampolining. I was doing that all the way through my childhood. So, you know, when I come to these sort of situations, I have a real sort of sense of awareness and, you know, of what I can make changes and be vigilant. And you know, you can't just learn it in a day. You have to put the time in. You have to be agile, and you have to train a little bit. So all it does is the more training you do, the more confidence you have. And I think the confidence is the most important element of staying safe.
Do you eat clean?
No. You don't have to eat clean. Go get yourself a pizza.